Today we'll talk about the classic Pragmatic Programmer book by David Thomas and Andrew Hunt. We'll break it down into 3 software engineering laws that you learn from it, any business or anything you can carry into the real world, and then finally any soft skill that you can take away from the book. Let's start with the wet versus dry principle. Everybody has heard of the old adage from software engineering called "don't repeat yourself." Essentially, it tells you to not repeat writing the same code over and over again, thinking about more robust ways of writing code. But between writing the code once and writing more robust code sits the wet principle, where it states write everything twice. So instead of jumping immediately into refactoring, write everything twice first. And when you get to 3 times, that's when you start thinking about how to refactor. As one of the great engineers, Donald Knuth, coined, premature refactoring is the root of all evil. Next, let's talk about the stone soup. So there's a story that goes with this. Some travelers came to a village carrying nothing more than an empty cooking pot. Upon their arrival, the villagers were unwilling to share any of their food with the very hungry travelers. The travelers then go to a stream and fill the pot with water and drop large stones in it, placing it over a fire. One of the villagers became really curious and asked, "What are you doing?" The travelers answers, "We are making a stone soup, which is wonderful, and we would be delighted to share it with the villagers. Although it just needs a bit of garnish, which we are currently missing." Slowly, the villagers then started adding garnishes to help improve the soup. After which, the stone soup had become much more than the original stone soup, and later, everyone in the village enjoyed our very scrumptious meal. Now, how does this relate to software engineering? As an outside, this is a tale of how best to approach new teams when coming in as outsider. Rather than coming in hot and telling everyone else what to do and what they're doing wrong, learn how to create a sense of curiosity and sharing with the existing people. This is the best way to change everyone else's opinion of what you're doing, and the best way to create a sense of community within new groups of engineers. Have you had that incident where you called your senior engineer to ask for help? And when you start explaining out loud, suddenly you understand everything and you don't need the help anymore? This is not an uncommon phenomenon. This is what they call rubber ducking or rubber duck debugging. It's a practice in which a programmer would carry a rubber duck or any inanimate object while debugging their code by forcing themselves to explain to it line by line. The simple act of explaining it out loud often than not forces more clarity of the current problem at hand because of the way the brain has to organize and structure several trains of thoughts currently in flight. So finally, I wanted to talk about base knowledge of engineers. Different vocations have different base materials. Farmers have their livestock, carpenters have wood of which they can build something out of nothing. As engineers, our base material is knowledge, and in order for us to create leverage, we transform knowledge into something more tangible in the real world. So before we can turn code into a web application or any application, you need that knowledge. It's not just random text that becomes the web application. So it's only necessary that we actively invest in our base knowledge if we want to keep growing in our craft. That's it for the Pragmatic Programmer. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next time.